It's week 2 of lockdown here in the UK, and this video is for my Saturday school students, some of whom are as young as 8 years old, and I want to help you maintain your digital creativity at home even if you don't have a computer. In this video, I'll show you how to turn a really dodgy digital painting into a realistic work of art using nothing but your parent's smartphone, an earbud, some tinfoil, and just a sprinkling of artificial intelligence. Let's get started.
We will use a piece of artificial intelligence software called GauGan, which looks at the shapes that you draw, searches through millions of images of the world, and finds and combines and adjusts ones that best match your shape in context to the surrounding environment. When I first saw this, it blew my mind. It means that anyone can paint realistic scenes from their imagination, even if they're a terrible artist. The online version has more features than the app that we will use today, but unfortunately is difficult to use on mobile devices. I have a link in the description for how to use the online version with a computer, or if you don't have an Android device. So we're going to need to paint onto our phone screen, but because fingers are not pointy enough, you're going to have a hard time. Your phone ignores most other pointy objects, as it is looking for something that, like a finger, is damp and conducts electricity. You can buy a stylus, but because it's kind of the apocalypse right now, we will need to make our own from scraps. So for something damp, let's get a cotton bud. For something that conducts electricity, a slice of tinfoil as wide as a cotton bud. Roll the tinfoil around the cotton bud. If the foil's a bit loose, twist it in opposite directions. Dip the cotton bud in the water. Don't forget that water conducts electricity as well. And try to dry the cotton bud as best as you can on your arm or a McDonald's napkin like me. Next, let's download an app on the Android Google Play Store called ABCD Anybody Can Draw. It's free. iPhone users, you will have to use the online version from the link in the description below and follow the tutorial that's below as well. Now, Android users, let's open the app, and if it asks you to buy anybody a coffee, you can hit the back button at the bottom of your phone. Now, go grab your damp stylus and tap on brushes. Instead of choosing colors, in this app, we are painting with materials. So let's use the mountain brush. So draw your own shape for the mountain. It can't be floating or have any edges that hang into the sky. It will confuse the artificial intelligence. Scribble in to fill the mountain. You must not leave any gaps or the software will think the sky's in the mountain and get really confused. Change your brush size down to avoid any spiky corners. If you make a mistake, you can hit undo. Choose a cloud material and paint shapes for your own clouds. Now for something in the foreground. Let's paint a hill. Let's make our brush bigger to colour it in faster. Now let's preview this. We can come back later, but let's click next to choose a lighting style. I like to use the highway one to start with because it's just a normal sunny day. I'll choose a fancy one later. So here we are. This is what artificial intelligence makes of your drawing. You can see that my mountains in the ocean were so steep and small that they didn't exist in any photos from the real world that it was looking through, so it ignored them. To try and find what any problems were, you can display your own painting by holding the eye at the bottom. This can help you spot errors like mine. If this were real life, all those mountains in the sea there would be rocky cliffs. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the rock brush and paint over them. Now let's add some detail at the bottom right with some stones and some sand for a beach. I'm going to add some little groups of flowers just for some detail there. Now let's preview this. The rocks in the ocean are looking much better, and it even added some slight waves near the shoreline without us even asking. Have a go now and paint what you like. If it all goes wrong, you can use the 3 dots at the top and choose to make a new image. Some of the brushes unfortunately only work in the website version on a computer, such as the wood material, and you will get this error. If you see this, just hit the back button and hit undo and try using a different material instead. I'm going to paint in some small trees down here. I want the ocean to be smoother and more reflective. To do this, I'm going to carefully paint water instead of the ocean with a large brush at first, and then a smaller brush to fill in the details. See how good that looks in the preview. So now you should try previewing your amazing work with some different lighting conditions. It's amazing how it understands lighting, especially at sunset where the clouds are lit here, but everything else is in shadow. To save and share this, click on the share icon at the top and upload it to your Google Drive or email it to yourself or a parent if you don't have Google Drive for some strange reason. Have a go and do a few different paintings. The more you try, the better you'll get as you understand what the limitations are. Try and figure out how far you can push the AI before it breaks. By drawing and saving only the pictures that you like, the artificial intelligence will start to learn what we as humans like and will eventually improve over time. You should totally come back here in a few years' time and see how it's improved. So there are a lot of applications for this AI, even at these early years. I personally use this for backdrops that I can later combine with digital paintings such as this cool spaceship using Photoshop. If you are one of my Saturday school students, I would love to see what you can do. Please share your favourite painting with my email, and you'll find my email in the same instructions that took you here. That's it for today, guys, but well done and stay safe.